I had a dream where I was with my lover. The bond between us was so strong that it could transcend the universe. Then he disappeared. As I wandered the streets alone, searching for him, my hands suddenly spread wide, and I shouted, "I am love!" Blissfully, I catapulted into the skies. After that, I was reunited with my lover once more. Self-love is often described as the foundation for all other forms of love. But what does it actually mean? Is it allowing ourselves to rest, doing skincare routines, pursuing our passions, eating healthily, exercising, or chanting mantras in front of a mirror? When do we recognize that we've learned to love ourselves? Is it a fixed point in the future, or rather a lifelong process? Imagine you wake up, walk to the mirror, and don't feel fond of one of your features. You just don't like it. And today, especially. So, you go into a shame spiral and think, how can anyone like me with a horrendous feature like this? Even love me? They must see it and constantly feel repelled. Even if someone dates me, they'll probably feel ashamed of how it looks. Then you start examining it from every angle, and it spoils your whole day. Now you watch a video instructing you to look in the mirror and shout, "I'm beautiful, I'm beautiful, I'm beautiful." Damn, the newfound blissful feeling about your newly learned affirmation is just what you needed. You are beautiful. You think that to yourself a few times on the train and are convinced that you've just cultivated self-love. A couple of days later, your friend shows you a picture she took of you without your knowledge, and you're back at square one. Do I really look like that? Now, these affirmations aren't working, so you try again. You try to feel beautiful because in order to love yourself, you must think you're beautiful, right? Right? Wrong. I feel like this is where the whole self-love thing turns into woo-woo. You only love yourself if you feel beautiful. Think about how that sounds. What if we flip the script a little and find a new definition for self-love? Go back in front of the mirror. What do you really think about that feature that sits weirdly on your face? You don't like it. And you know what? That's okay. When you wake up one day and aren't happy with the way you look, stop convincing yourself that you are. It will take a huge pressure off your shoulders. Even if you don't like your nose, still choose to show up in the world how you want to, still go on the date. Self-love starts with acceptance. You don't need to have everything figured out in order to love yourself. Imagine you're pursuing your dreams, but you're burning out, you're tired, can't meet your deadlines, and feel like a failure. Do you still love yourself? I'm not talking about excusing our behaviors and calling it self-love. For example, you know you can pull off the next project, but you're terrified and unsure whether you should tackle it. Empowering yourself and pushing yourself to actually do it will move you more into self-love. But failing and not berating ourselves for it is also self-love. Telling your friend something difficult that she needs to hear, especially when she's sabotaging herself, is self-love, and also love for your friend. Self-love is also realizing that there's no perfect place we need to reach in order to start living our lives. And we don't need a perfect nose, perfect face, or perfect anything. So next time you're not fond of some of your features, instead of trying to force yourself to love them, just accept that you're not particularly fond of them. You can still record that video, do that presentation, Laugh crazily even though your nose flexes weirdly. Other people probably don't care as much, if at all. Your friends and loved ones love you even with your quirks, your weird habits, and your annoying behaviors. And with acceptance, your terrible nose won't bother you as much, and you will eventually like it. And when that time comes, it will be genuine, not forced. The nose is used here as an example, but you can apply this to almost anything because admitting our real feelings is self-love. Self-love is not forced, self-love is cultivated over a long period of time. And also, thinking your nose is horrible, chances are you're wrong. This is how it usually goes with our assumptions and self-sabotaging thought patterns. Consider that these sabotaging thoughts aren't really your own. They're the product of society, upbringing, and other external influences. If you want to break free from a childhood pattern that is sabotaging part of you, go buy that psychology book. That is self-love. Another widely used mantra is the famous "believe in yourself." But you don't have to believe in yourself. Hands on your heart. How many times have you tried to convince yourself that you believe in yourself but actually didn't? You can still take action. Publish your art even if you don't believe in yourself. Try to sell that painting even if you don't think it will sell. This is how you eventually break your sabotaging thoughts and maybe even cultivate evidence to prove them wrong. And then you actually start believing in yourself genuinely. Don't fall into the trap of quick fixes like trying to control your thoughts. Thoughts just exist, they don't define you. I didn't know this before. I thought self-love was about getting somewhere, about having things figured out. Now, I embrace myself as a whole human being, flaws and all. I am still trying to live my life in a way that fulfills my soul, but I know that I matter no matter what mood I wake up with the next day. You are already whole no matter your challenges, no matter how flawed you think you are. And with this realization, you are free to show up in the world as flawed human being. And being flawed equals complete. You do the things you want to do not when you reach the perfect state of finally loving yourself, but right now because that's all that matters. Also, being flawed is illusion. If we assume we have a flaw and do everything in our power to wish it away, thinking, as soon as I get rid of this flaw, then I'll start this project I've always wanted to do. Let me tell you that the only thing stopping you from doing that project is the belief that the flaw is stopping you. In reality, all the reasons for your flaws are rooted in false beliefs. Therefore, you are flawed because you believe you are, and from that belief, you become flawed, and it may even manifest as a physical illness. So by shifting your mindset, whenever you face challenges in life, feelings of shame, inadequacy, etc., you can return to your center and deep down transcend it all. In the depths of your being, feel the warmth, feel the connection to Source, and say the words, I am whole, and it will make you smile. It will make you smile and feel secure anywhere, whether you walk on a pink cloud or through a blazing fire, or even if you don't like your nose. Your physical reality might still be difficult, you might face challenges, and you may feel unlovable, but then again, come back to your core, your wholeness, the non-duality of it all. Nothing is separate, you are love. Even if you feel rejected, remember, there's a place of no split, the place where there's no shame, no inadequacy, the place where we all come from, and that is whole, that is love. Do you get it now?
you.